Welcome back to my channel Life with Trivia. And when I decided to do this YouTube, it was to educate you on disability as a person in a wheelchair, being a wheelchair user, you know just videoing typical things that we do in life, like as we would deem as normal, and just to show you that we have life regardless of what has happened to us in life. Yes, of course, when anything happens, you are going to feel some sort of way. It's not that you're looking either for pity from people, and we understand you may want to sympathize, and there are ways to sympathize without being too condescending about it, or bringing any negativity to the situation. We already know what we are dealing with, and we don't need anything else adding to it. Approaching my 16 years since I have been here in this wheelchair, and I was just thinking and looking back on how far I have come, and it doesn't even feel like it has been so long, honestly. It just feel like it just happened yesterday, because I'm still living life. And yes, I'm not saying that I don't have challenges or there hasn't been any challenge at all. Yes, but I chose to look on the brighter side of life and just think about it, on where I could have been instead of being here today, and being able to sit in front of this camera right now and talk. I know where I could have been, or what was expected of my life. And I didn't choose to just sit around and mope around because of the situation, although that is what people in society thinks that you should do. Just sit down at home and just let life pass you by. But that's not all to life. And I know I keep repeating it. It is not all to life. And just think about it. Just think about the possibilities and the potentials that you have in yourself that goes beyond what you are going through. You have life. You didn't die that day. You can reflect and think about the journey that you had to get where you are now. And looking back and thinking, it would surprise you. I know what I have been through, what it took for me to get where I was, for where I am now today. And I don't take any of it for granted, because the little things that we often take for granted is something, the things that you can't do anymore. When you were so accustomed, of freedom, not saying that you don't have freedom, but just not thinking of where to go. You have to plan out everything. You have to make sure you're organized. You're not just getting up out of the room and just be like, oh, let me go here, because there's so much that goes into it. And although that there is so much that goes into it, you still can smile because you have peace. Well, I have peace. I have peace. And yes, I may not understand it. And you may look at me and may not understand it either. And I can't give you a real answer and tell you, well, this is how it was going to be, because I never knew exactly what would have been when I was going through. All I could have done was take it one day at a time, and that's exactly what I did. One day at a time. That is what I did. And as I said, it doesn't even feels like it has been that long, honestly, because I never sit around and mope around of the situation. I didn't say, well, this happened to me now, I'm not walking, so let me just let life pass me by. As some people will say, you just sit in your room, look out the window, and just letting everybody else live life, and you're not living. But I never chose that. I look at it, yes, I was young at the time, and I'm still gonna enjoy it one way or the other. And even though I wasn't walking, and I'm still not walking, doesn't mean that you can't enjoy life. You can still enjoy life. It just means now that you have to adapt to the new lifestyle that you have. You have to roll with the changes. It's not easy, but you make it work. You make it work for you, not for anyone else. You don't rush things because people think that, oh, well, this is happening too slow. You do what is best for you. No one else can tell you what is best for you other than you. And some people, yes, may compare life to others and say, well, how come such and such was able to do this in such a short time and you won't? We are not the same. We all have different journey, different perspective, different personalities in everything. Don't let anyone rush you in life. Everything comes in stages. It was never what I expected it to be at all. Like I've said in previous videos, it wasn't anything that I expected it to be at all. You may have seen things, and then now that you are in the situation, it just brings a whole new dynamic to things. It blows your mind. And if you don't have a willing mindset, you will break. Trust me, you will break. If you don't have a willing mindset, you will break. If you listen to your body, you will just steady and don't do any single thing. But look at it as I have life, and there is a world out there waiting for you in a different light. You just have to do it different. And don't let anybody tell you different. The way that you see it is the way that you see it. The way that they see it, fine. That's them. It's not everyone is going to like the way you do things because they expect you to do it their way. And trust me, as long as you know within yourself, then you need not to worry about anyone else. No one else. I appreciate each and every one of you have been commenting, not even if it's here on the videos, personally, telling me, you like the videos and how it is such an encouragement to you, and you it makes you happy to see how far I've come, because a lot of you knew and were the first hand to see exactly how I was, to know how far God has brought me, and He has brought me a mighty, mighty long way. It was very, very uncertain. And maybe when people hear me talk about God and how far I've come, maybe they get fed up, but I don't at all. And look at the many blessings and the many blessings He has brought to me. Many, many blessings. When things were bleak, and it was at times, He brought a lot of light. And He gave me the strength also to go through. When people ask how I did it, let me just say, I never knew exactly. I asked God. I knew for a fact that I remembered I was laying on the bed and I said, God, take control. That's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what He did. He took control of the situation. He took completely control of the situation. And that's why I always say, ask and you shall receive. You ask it and you shall receive. Although to some it may not look like I received, I knew that I received, because I knew how I was to where I am now. And He has brought me a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. And I'm going to keep repeating it, because He has brought me a mighty, mighty long way. So my encouragement to you today is, don't give up on God, because He won't give up on you. In everything that you do, do not give up on God, because He won't give up on you. He said, ask and you shall receive, and so indeed you shall receive. Just ask Him. Even if everyone else around you don't believe, you believe in yourself, and be determined, because no one is going to push you unless you push yourself. Once you push yourself, then everything else will come into place. Once you take the necessary steps that there is to take, because you can't sit around and expect God to do the work when you don't put in the work. You also have to help Him. You can't sit around and ask God for help and not put in the work. Faith without works is dead. So you have to put in the work. So I hope that this video has been some sort of encouragement to you today. And always like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when I upload my videos. Bye.